Hello, everybody. It's your friend Jerry V here from the Patrick Lucero Library here on the east side. Um, Today is going to be the craft series. I hope you guys have a great day. I hope you guys are doing well, staying safe. In today's installment of the adult craft series, we are going to be making ourselves a chicken basket. And it's going to be it's going to be made out of material. We're going to be using a sewing machine. We are also going to be using batting, some thread, but I have a list of materials for you folks. So we'll start out here, right? Might as well. As with all of my crafts, I want you guys to give me a call because I feel like if I don't know that you guys need something, I won't know what to get you. So I don't know if you guys will need material. I don't know if you folks will need um, guidance. I don't know if you'll just need the pattern. I don't know if you'll even like this. So if I don't hear from you, I don't know what you like or don't like. So please, please, please give me a call here at the Lucero Library because I want to do crafts for you folks out there so that it's something that you guys enjoy watching. So without further ado, we're going to be making ourselves a chicken. I have a design that I found online. It was just a picture. So coming from a small town, I was always told that I can create anything that I see. So you have to believe in yourself that you can do anything. So I saw this design and I thought of you folks out there um, because I know that it's something that my mom would enjoy having on her uh, spring table or Easter's table. It was just something fun to have that was made by hand. A lot of the things now are bought. So this is something that you'll be able to make with your own two hands, and you'll be able to really enjoy later on in life. Okay, it's got that lasting effect. So I have the pattern for you folks. If you can find a different pattern and use this same type of instruction to help you guys out, that's the best. Okay, so this pattern I found online. It's a chicken. Okay, this is only one side of the chicken, right? It's only made out of paper. So I found this online much smaller. So I made it bigger, right? I made it much bigger, much bigger. So the two sizes are completely the right. One's a much larger size. So I have this for you if you want it. If you don't want it, look online and find another pattern that you like, and we'll move on. So I've used 3 fat corners of just regular material that we had here laying around. Miss Jessica's got an awesome supply of um, cool materials that we've bought over the year. So I used 3 different colors because I wanted to have my chicken to have 3 different colors. If you want your chicken to just have one color, that's cool too. So that's up to you. Also, you're going to need some batting, and this is just regular craft batting, and this is going to give your chicken a little bit of guts, right? A little bit of feel, so that way you can put your stuff inside, and you don't have to worry about it. You're going to need a pair of scissors. I used a pair of pinking scissors. These are pinking scissors. They have little ridges on them. If you don't know what a pinking scissor is, it helps to eliminate the fraying from material. When you cut it, if you cut a straight line, it has a tendency to pull the threads off, so you'll end up with a frayed end. You're going to also need some either pins, straight pins, or Miss Jessica has these really cool little gator clamps that we use here at the library. I know you guys can't see those really well. Let me see if I can maybe put them up there. Yeah, something like that. Okay. And my best friend, what I found was a seam ripper. Okay. I used this thing a whole bunch of times because this chicken became the bane of my existence. I wanted you guys to really enjoy it. I wanted you guys to learn how to do it, but it took me a while to figure it out. So I hope to make that process a lot easier for you guys. So let's start building a chicken, okay? So you're going to take your pattern, provided by me, of course, if you guys use this one. If not, you can do whatever you want. And you're going to cut out your pattern, okay? I used this as my master copy, and then I made a couple other different copies of the pieces that I needed. Only the pieces that I needed so that I could cut them out into different colors. Okay. And then here's the bottom. This happens to be 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 different pieces. So it's not hard to put it together. The tricky part comes with the fold when you bring things in and out. So like I said, you're going to cut yourself your pattern. You're going to cut this pattern using your favorite color, right? Cut it out. I used another piece for the head, and I cut that out, and then I just did a straight stitch on the back. Straight stitch, just using the sewing machine straight down, so that I get 2 different colors. I wanted the white head. Okay, and then I also did the same thing with the other color that I have. So I have 2 different colors. Okay. When you do this, this is the important part. So if you guys have to rewind this, please do. The important part of this whole entire thing is when you're doing this, you want to remember that you want the mirror edge. So you want the reverse side. You want the pattern to show when you flip it open. Okay. So when you do that, I learned this from another one of my colleagues, Miss Val. Shout out, Miss Val. What's up, Miss Val? And my mom, who helped me understand how this works. You want the patterns, the sides that are the pattern, to be touching themselves, or Miss Val calls them kissing, right? She says they were kissing the sides. My mom called it a mirror, because it's just the exact same reflection looking back at you. Okay? You're going to put those together. This is the most important part. If you don't take anything out of this entire thing, take that, okay? So then you're going to cut your batting, the same thing, and you're going to have it on the outside, okay? So now we have the 3 pieces layered together. We have the pattern kissing, and then we have our batting here, okay? Put the kissing side and the batting side together. And we're going to fold it so you guys can see how I did this, okay? The fold is the most important part on this because it took me, seriously, everyone, so long to understand this fold. So, okay, so 2 patterns. The 2 colors are touching. The batting is touching the inside because I wanted this color on the inside. This color on the inside. I want this color on the outside. So to get it together, we're just going to sew it along the edges here. Yeah. Cool. So then you sew those together, and then when you flip it, here's the important part, right? The flip. This was the part that tripped me up the most. We're going to flip it out. And if you get it wrong, it's okay. That's why I said the seam ripper is your best friend. And you're going to flip it out. And this gives you the hidden seam on the inside. So your seam is now, you don't have a seam on the inside. It's nice and round. Okay. And you have it available. So you just come around and just sew the rest of it. Okay. I have that for you guys here. Okay. So we sew it around. We add in the comb, the beak, and the wattle on the inside before you stitch the head. put those inside first, run just a basic top stitch over the top here, okay? Top stitch is just using the sewing machine. I'll get to that in a second, and I'll show you guys a couple different ways that we're going to attach the two sides. Now, okay, so you say, Jerry, all right, cool, I've got one side. Perfect. Sorry, I didn't mean to lose, I just lost the pattern. So I got one side, right? Perfect. But how do I get the other side? Right, because this is going to be a three-dimensional piece. So we're going to have one side on one side and the other on the other side. So to do that, just flip your pattern over. So you have the reverse and you have the reverse, and they're looking at each other. And they're looking at each other. When you put them together, we will have the piece on both sides. Makes sense? If it doesn't make sense, you can always call me. I had a hard time figuring this out, but I figured it out. So if you guys get tripped up, just call. So put those together. Okay, you get two sides. You get two halves. Two halves and a bottom. They look like this. Okay, two halves and a bottom. The way that you put the bottoms together is we are going to stitch our second piece, our second half. Turn your piece inside out so that you can run your stitch on the inside. So when you flip it outwards to get your outside cover, your outside piece that you want to have on the outside, that you're able to have it hiding the stitch, and it still allows, it gives it a little stability here so that you can put it up on your table. Okay, so to do this, I'm going to transfer over to the other computer so you won't see my face for a second, but I will move it and I'll adjust it so you can see how I attach this piece to this bottom half. Okay, 1 second, I'll be right back. Okay, I'm back. Can't see me, but my hands are here. So, well, like I was saying, with this one, what we're going to do is we got to make sure that this, I'm going to move you guys real fast, don't get sick on me, is we're going to make sure that this edge here is lined up. So we're going to take our pattern, and when you guys, to find the halfway point, if you don't sew very often, just fold your pattern in half. It's just like getting a half of a circle, and you're going to start right at that edge so that you can know what the middle of your pattern is, okay? If you sew a lot, this is going to be super easy for you. So what we're going to do is we're going to attach it here. Okay, we're going to attach it here using one of these little gator clips Miss Jessica has for us. And now this is going to be the inside. We want to match these two patterns together. Okay, so that way you can get a nice clean edge. Come around here like this. Now I'm going to add one here because I want to make sure that this is still touching, okay? And we're just going to close the gap. Okay, we get here. I'm just going to come around. And you're just going to keep that line straight as you can. And we're just going to continue that on all the way around. Okay, all the way around. We're going to come up here. We're going to come here. And we fold it out. Our chicken will be complete. So let's fold this. Let's sew this real quick. I'm going to do a couple little stitches and then I'll finish it out. That way you guys don't have to stay here with me forever. All right. So when you stitch this, make sure that you're stitching, you give yourself a little seam allowance. And I get that by understanding how far this foot right here is along this pattern right here. So I put this part right here on this edge, and then I just keep going around. This is just, I know if you're a skilled seamstress, that means you're like, Jerry, I know already, okay? We got it. All right, let me bring you guys back. Sorry about that. All right, so I'm going to run it, okay? Here we go. So also you can keep pulling your fabric to the top so that way you have an even, when it comes together, it's together even Steven. Run that to the edge. We'll pull this, flip this up, run this out, move this out of the way. Now we have that top seam ran around the top here. Okay. Now we're gonna do the bottom. If you're like I said, if you're already proficient with the sewing machine, you're good. For those of you who don't sew very often, if you need help setting your sewing machine up, or if you need some help, if you're for the younger viewers out there who are trying to learn this skill, just ask your parents to help you. I know that they're always willing to help out. So we're gonna come through. So this now, we're just keeping it flat, okay? I like to sew it so that it comes at me, but I know that that's not always the best way. So we're gonna push it here, push this down, and we're gonna just let it run, okay? So after I get this the way I want it. Like I said, make sure you keep these two edges tight together, okay? Let the machine do the work, and that'll pull it for you. So I'll finish this out here in a second, but I just wanted you guys to see how we pull this and it comes together here. So you see how we get it, and it folds it in half, and we get that pull. I have to go back and adjust it, but if you miss a seam like I did, like I got a hole here, that's okay. I can go back and resew it again. It's not a problem. It's hiding that from us anyway on the inside. See? So I'll move this out of the way. And I'll let you guys check out what we've done so far. Granted, I have to put the front piece together here still. So once we put it all together, we'll be able to have a sweet little chicken basket, right? We'll make sure that your comb's the same. You can come back around here, sew this all together here. It's all sewed together. And then you can put your eggs in here. If you sew it, if you stop your stitch there, you'll be able to use a little bit more of it. But then you guys will have made your own chicken basket. Your friends here, Jerry V at the Lucero Library. Again, I have the pattern. So if you want this pattern, If you want this pattern for this chicken, call me. I want to help you. So I'm going to go back to the other side. So as always, if you would like any of these crafts that I have done for you folks, or if you see anything that you didn't quite understand or you want another question, please call me. I'm here for you. I want to help. So if you think of another craft that you want to do maybe next month or down the line, you're like, hey Jerry, let's try doing some of this. Let me know. If this becomes too hard, just let me know. I'll help you. We'll walk through it together. I pulled some of my hair out too, so don't be afraid. You have a seam ripper. This thing will help you. I pulled many a seams many a times. So for all of us here at the Lucero Library, we'd like to say thank you very much for watching, especially myself included. I miss you guys. Please come back and see us. We want you to come and use all of the services that we have here at PCCLD. And so don't forget to tune in to some other exciting adventures from your friends here at the Lucero Library, as well as everybody here at PCCLD throughout the other libraries in Pueblo. So if you like this, give me a thumbs up. If you don't like it, give me a thumbs down. I miss you guys. Come back and see me. So for all of us here, Jerry says, peace out. Later, everybody. Bye.